Oh no, I never clicked go live.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it's not live.
So we are okay to do that all over again, right?
Yes, let's do that all over again. Okay, you guys get it clear. So I did this before. I forgot to pick the fucking go live button. I'm a fucking idiot. I can't believe. Oh my god. Okay, so welcome back.
You saying I never clicked go live? It's live.
Yeah, great, fantastic. So, welcome everybody back to CrestVahllen. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ. Let's do this all over again because I did this off-air because I'm an idiot. Noelle, we have here.
I'm Noelle, and I'm playing Mishani Ankmut, and she's a Kendrin ranger, kind of goes through some different horizons and stuff. Anyway, you got to shock them with the chakram.
That's right. And then we have Cameron. I don't know
Who's that
guy? I play Scoop Crinkle. I'll wait for him to stop laughing.
Sorry, on mute.
I play Scoop Crinkle. I'm the baker in the Baker's Dozens group.
Okay. You spare yourself a fart, fine. Alright, Marie, what you got?
My name is Marie. I play Phoenix Arthur, and yeah, you can give me the fart.
Okay.
Triple fart. Oh, man.
Yes, a bunch of geese farts. Angela, we have with us as well.
Hello. So we're doing this again.
Yes, because I forgot to click the go live button.
Oh, that's lovely. You should get the fart.
I will give myself a fart, yes.
I play a tiefling rogue, and my name is Nakano, and I am... Jeez. I'm purple with a little bit of sass.
Okay, alright, okay. Better than the Ramsey excuse. And then we have Sean. Last but not least.
I play a character named Tamarin Grounder, who is a blue dragonborn sorcerer, and I like to shock him with lightning. And it's even more embarrassing to say it the second time around.
And then this one's for me. This one's for me. That's for me, because I goofed. This is the second time I've done this. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to clicking buttons. It's the year of our Lord 2022, and I have yet to figure out how to click buttons. All right, great. So I'm going to go through our announcements again. Before we get into it, we're working on a couple things. First of all, we have a Twitter. I put on this little Twitter handle here, @CrestVahllen. If you guys get a chance, go ahead and give it a follow. We have no idea what we're doing. We're just starting this up right now. For the moment, I'm really just putting stream updates of like the schedule of when we're doing it up there, and then once I start to have a little bit more content to throw up there, we have a ton of art that I could post up there too from our wonderful artist James at Solemn Monocle. Go ahead and check them out on Twitter. I'm working on stat blocks for everybody, so you'll see those. If you watch the Argent Flame episodes, you've already seen some cool of those, and we're working on them when we get art for these characters here in the Baker's Dozen. Also, please check out our Discord server. We have a really cool thing going on there. We put an ungodly amount of hours into setting it up so that you guys can have a cool place to chill out, hang, and learn more about the CrestVahllen campaigns. We've got recaps, descriptions of magic items, pictures of minis that I printed out and painted, pictures of battle maps that we've played, some little videos of things that we've done, chat rooms that you can hang out and talk about your cool stuff. Eventually we'll be doing like Q&As with the cast on some of the downtimes when we don't have if we're trying to do our best to keep this bi-weekly schedule going, but sometimes things don't always pan out, as D&D is with schedule, but we're doing our best. So we're gonna like put some things in the interim of maybe talk to the cast, ask the artists some questions, maybe do some post-session analysis things. We're working on it. We're brainstorming some couple ideas. We have a couple people on board. We'll figure it out. But all I can ask is that you guys bear with us. Thank you for watching. I know we don't have much of a following yet, but we're really just doing this for fun, and we'll see who's interested. You know, it's we're all just having a good time here. Great. Does anybody have any other announcements before we move into it? Don't everybody say it at once. That's great. Fantastic. I guess. Nope. That's great. Okay. So without further ado, let's see if I can get this darn thing to work. Last session was session 21. I know if you guys are watching this episodically, sessions don't really mean much to you. We have been pretty much, because of how long our sessions are, they're anywhere between 8 and hours long. I mean, splitting them up into thirds, like the first 3 hours, the second 3 hours, and then the third half, or the third, as it were. And so we like to post them up episodically. All episodes will be cut up, edited, and then posted the following Wednesday from the weekend in which we did our live stream. So anytime between 4:30 and 5:30, they should be posted. And that way you guys have shorter things to check out. I know it's a little daunting to watch a 9-hour video. So no worries. Great. So without further ado, let's get back into the world of CrestVahllen. After having a chat with the Zushi about the agreement concerning the acquisition of an heir in exchange for safe storage of the dangerous idol, the party discuss how to go about such an endeavor. Ideas of Madame Kane the Mystic, Tammy Tesla, Bird of Paradise, Dr. Jackal, and the Beast are thrown around as a scoop dances with the monkey. During an impromptu performance, a sudden explosion tears a hole in the wall the banquet hall shares with the kitchen, ejecting stone and fire in all directions. Several guests are mortally wounded as the room floods with large ornery geese. The intended dinner escaped and out for blood. The baker's dozen spring into action, fighting off the geese, aiding the wounded, and dousing the fires. Tamron takes a short-lived trip to a starry void before the skirmish ends. The assumed assassination attempt is not without casualty, however, as one of the kitchen staff had succumbed to her wounds, apples in hand. An impromptu investigation follows the tragic event, as the band of adventurers question and inspect each of the guests, suspicious that the culprit of the explosion is still within the manor's walls. The gang gleaned that black powder posing as spices was to blame, and that it was brought inside by the unaware Omad Bahati. Suspicions are cast, and a monkey is sent to retrieve the salty mystic, as Henton Opie sneaks out, returning soon with both in tow. The salty mystic, Zen Kudalan, acts as an improvised arbitrator for the proceedings, as accusations are wildly thrown about. Results of the inquiries prove inconclusive, as it becomes apparent that other forces may be at play. It seems that some shippers pawned off the responsibility to Omad Bahati, and it is requested of Baikem to provide the group with trade logs. Meanwhile, the sentient idol is inconspicuously passed off to the Zushi to remain in his care for the temporary future. Just as the amateur sleuths are wrapping up their investigation, a medium chest held aloft by gusts of air appears before Tamron, containing correspondence from Pendleton Boville in a pedantic yet flairful manner. Impressed by the display, and adequately satisfied that this is a recurring symptom of Tamron's pre-existing condition, the guests applaud. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. All right, guys, welcome back to CrestVahllen. So, you find yourselves still within the manor, Zushi's manor, late into the evening. Tamron just received this chest from this creature made of gusts of air. Opened it up, found this letter, turned into like this origami style humanoid, spoke this letter out to him. Everybody thought it was a performance, applauded. The idol was given to the Zushi in order to be for safekeeping. But you guys still have a mystery on your hands. And you guys still have a deal to uphold.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Okay.
That was a nice trick, Tamron. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
You definitely are full of mysteries.
Yes, the great Tesla Tammy is, of course, always really full of mysteries. You really should see him at another night, guys. I'm saying.
Full of mysteries and graduate studies.
Well, Bye is gonna go get the or she's gonna get the records when she can. Correct. So
Yes.
I mean, do we think that we should? Don't know if we should keep everybody here or not until she gets back. If she can get back tonight.
I don't think anybody here is. It seems to me that nobody here is like directly at fault for this, right? Seems pretty clear.
Right. It's definitely at least, inconclusive.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we have enough evidence to hold anybody.
yeah. Agreed. And I think the Salty Mystic would agree, given that she's the arbiter, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Maybe we should just talk to her, confirm, and then maybe she can talk to the Zushi and be like, well, we need to, wash our hands of this tonight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we're... Okay. All right.
Everybody needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is no one's allowed to leave because no one, like, certain people object for them to leave
Right, but maybe if the Zushi
himself.
announces that everybody can leave,
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Okay, let's see what he says.
Right. So
You look around, you see the Ryomi that you previously figured out were a little incompetent, to say the least, that had been put into service rather recently from someone from the capital that you previously discussed, appear to just be following the Zushi's lead. If the Zushi gestures to let somebody go, they do whatever. They didn't really do much during the whole explosion, so they didn't really do their job. Yes, the one that seems the most adamant of especially about Omad Bahadi, of not letting anybody go, was Crane piercing a fish. The blue and white tang suit wearing, looking like he comes from a long line of military individual halfling.
Maybe we should investigate who put these buffoons in charge here.
no. Right. If it was the Zushi himself or if it was one of his advisors.
That's what she said. It was the district, I believe.
The what? I'm sorry.
The district.
The district?
Hold on, I think
The dynasty. The dynasty, sorry.
Oh.
The Daifon, I believe, is what you're mentioning, is what you're trying to hit there. Yeah, the Daifon has complete. Yes, I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Daifon Kotlin Yatla is the one who put them in charge.
Yatla. Yeah, he has complete hierarchy over the Ryomi power structure. Think of a daimyo that's in charge of the samurai or that kind of deal.
And then then I have that Kotlin Yatla reports to Darkin Toma. Is that right?
Yes,
Wow, that was loud.
Gakintoma is what I have in my notes as well.
Right, hold on 1 second.
And then the Gakintoma reports to the Zushi.
Yes. Well, the dynast is Gakantoma. The northern dynast of the Northern Twin Isles of the Northern Dynasty, the one in charge of the Northern Dynasty is Gakantoma. And
so that's the big head honcho.
Yeah, that's the big boy. The Zushi reports to Gakantoma.
Okay.
I mean, like, well, when needed, very rarely ever directly, mostly indirectly. And as you have learned, the Zushi has been very careful to not get too much attention from the dynast. For as he was saying, the less attention he gets, the less people are focused on what it is that he's doing. He doesn't want to be ordered around too much. So he tries to play the fool.
Makes sense.
But yes, so actually, Tamron, why don't you go ahead and roll a history check for me? Because you're from here. So let's see if you know a little bit more about the power structure and the hierarchy here. Listen to those click-clacks. 16. Yeah, you know a little bit about, like, what's going on here. You know that the in either dynast, there is a power structure of people that are in charge of, like, day-to-day stuff, people that are in charge of the military, people that are in charge of, like, there's a council or a cabinet as there were, but a little bit more removed from the actual dynast, although the dynast has ultimate power and the last word, not a lot of news actually gets to the dynast. A lot of it's dealt with their vassals, if that makes sense. So, like, we have Daifan Kotanyatla, who's pretty much in charge of the entire Ryomi's power structure, make sure that Ryomi get to where they need to go, military power gets where it needs to go in a certain time, and all they do is try to get sign-offs from the dynast. We also have Hakushai Dargatan, who kind of serves as the emissary of the nobility to the dynast, because this whole government runs on the idea that the nobility are the ruling class. So Hakushai is Hakushai, Hakushai, Dargatan, Darga Ton, Dargatan. And so they serve as an emissary from the, like, pretty much the connecting point between the nobility and the dynast, making sure that their interests and issues are represented. So that there's like a bigger Zushi, with more Zushis under their wing, if that makes sense. Because the Zushi is in charge of, like, a basic town or city or principality, whereas the Dargatan is in charge of pretty much all the Zushis, or at least also sometimes the bigger nobility that have their own fiefdom that aren't really associated with the Zushi or what have you. There's also Vodomo, Varad, or Dude. Vodomo, Varad, or Dude is in charge of the day-to-day policy. Think about, like, the chief of staff of the dynast. Vodomo, 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 which is the title. Varad, Verraad, or Dude, Ordood.
My dude.
my or dude. Great.
And they report into the dynast themselves then.
Yes. They're like almost with the dynast, like, all the time, unless they're, like, doing stuff for them. Probably the only person that has kind of, yes, if we're talking Dune, please don't sue me. If we're talking Dune stuff, like I said, kind of the chief of staff, the second in command, but not like a vice president. Not like that, because if it's not the next person in line for command, but it's just the person that has the next bit of power. The dynasty is familial as a hierarchy, at least as far as heirship is concerned.
Are the power structures, and if Tammy doesn't know this, that's fine, but are they similar between the northern and southern dynasties, or is it a different power structure for the southern dynasty?
Tammy, you would know that they probably started out very similar. You don't know much about the southern dynasty, unfortunately, other than the fact that they are more often than not core sympathizers. And they... Can
I roll another history check for that, or does that just get lumped into the first one?
Yeah, sure, why not? Go ahead.
I don't know very much about the Southern Dynasty.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you don't really know a whole lot about that, other than that you assume, being a historian that you are, an archaeologist, a study of culture, that during their conception they probably started out very, very similar as far as power structure is concerned. However, over the years, who knows what has changed? You never really spent any time in this other dynasty, so all you hear are mostly kind of like, oh, they're like, dissenters or whatever. What did you get, actually, for your history check? Just so I know as a number.
8.
8. Okay, so you do know one thing. The dynast of the southern dynasty is twins with the dynast of the northern dynasty.
That's interesting.
The female twin is the dynast of the southern dynasty. This is public knowledge. This is like, everybody knows this. They talk about it all the time. Oh, the twins are fighting again. They're not just talking about the Isles, but the actual twins. You don't know their name or more about that. You weren't really too politically minded as a kid. There are some other offices of the Northern Dynasty that exist. You just don't know too much about them. Meaning that there's like more to the cabinet, but you don't know more than that.
Yeah. What is the official title of Hakushai Dargaton? Is that like
Hakushai is the title.
Hakushai.
Hakushai is the title, yes. Dargaton is their name.
Oh, Dargaton. Interesting.
Darga and then Ton. Ton. So yeah, that's like the basic power structure here. Also with the 16, the most notable differences between the Northern and Southern Dynasty are their disagreements with their treatment and acknowledgement of the core peoples. The dispute of who is the rightful heir. Because like they're twins, right? So who's actually in charge? Or like, are they two separate nations now because they've been at war for so long? It's very, very complicated issue. And that's about it. And that's kind of where most of those things stem from. Granted, you know that the core peoples were here long before the halflings ever settled here in an imperialistic fashion, and that as part of the treaty that they recently established in order to strike up peace was that the Northern Dynasty would bequeath and give up the ancestral lands that the core says that are ancestral, so that the core could resettle them. Granted, you guys have seen firsthand how that is happening in practice. In theory, on paper, it's supposed to be happening. It's legal. But there are definitely some hurdles and some people that don't want it to happen.
What if it goes all the way to the top, yo?
Good.
Are we gonna try to take down an entire dynasty?
Yo.
Yikes. Not today.
No.
Maybe tomorrow. Need a long rest first.
We need a long rest. Noelle has been complaining to me constantly about the fact that the last like 5 sessions have been the same day, and she's so upset with the fact that she's still like, exhausted.
Yeah.
That was quite an exhaustion.
That was from so long ago, too.
I don't remember when it was.
Lots happening.
That was like actual months ago in real life.
In human life.
Still tired.
Is this real life? I'm still tired.
Tired of
That's
being
that's
tired.
my life though. So essentially, Machete has been tired for months, and that's me. I feel you. I feel you, Machete. I've also been tired for months. Same.
Sad.
Literally same.
Okay. Well, thank you for that brief, just history knowledge, Tamron. I think that's super helpful for the, understanding a little bit better the politics that are in play here.
Yeah, Tamron just there is like acting like a teacher. I'm like, well, if you look at the Ryomi power structure, and he just starts like, and some of the guests are like, oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Oh, all right.
Well, they all probably know this, right? I mean, this is their...
Like, oh,
this is
they
their bread and
act like they do. They're like, oh, yes, of course, I knew this. But you can see they're like paying attention, like being like, oh, okay. Interesting.
All right, so I guess I should deliver these records to, because, I was taking notes during the whole trials, the Salty Mystic / the Zushi, both of them, I guess. So we can go do that. You guys want to? Now that we seem to be over, we can go talk to them and see if they decide that we should be left, if they decree that people should be let go home, or if they decide that rain.
Yeah.
It appears that we have finished all of the interrogations here. As arbitrator, it is my opinion that the results are inconclusive. What say you?
Aye.
Looking to everybody pretty much for like a vote. What are your votes?
Aye.
Aye. For now.
For now.
A scoop abstains. But everybody else seems to be like, aye. Then it is my judgment. You can see Crane piercing a fish is like, nay. Like, no, fucking arrest the core. What's going on here? But most people are at this point exhausted to the point of they want to not be in a room that has bodies in it anymore. And like highly wounded people, and they're tired and they want to go home. Everyone else says yay. The Zushi takes a look. You can see behind this stern, semi-foolish facade, he's thinking he is definitely pontificating in his head about what it is, very carefully, about what his vote's going to be. Because ultimately, his vote is the only vote that really matters. He can be influenced by everybody else's vote, but if he says nay, nobody's going anywhere. But he also understands that he's got to weigh, should I stay the fool? This could be the only chance to get someone that's trying to, do some nefarious shit. There's a long pause. He locks eyes with the Salty Mystic. A Scoop, because your passive perception is so high, and you have decent passive insight, you see the ever slightest just budge of the chin of the Salty Mystic and like the smallest nod, imperceptible to everyone else, as she locks eyes with him out of the corners of her eyes. It appears that he was looking to her for counsel. Granted, we also know about the Salty Mystic and how she's not really viewed as, the most official type person. We would like it's a little uncouth to be looking to such like a strange, odd person that doesn't have any noble birth, that appears to just be like, oh, I'm a crazy soothsayer, that kind of thing, that kind of feel. So they both know that they need to do this in a more of an incognito fashion. He takes her lead and ultimately says, yea, I do request that all of you stay within the city limits or your manors until we sort this out. Hopefully this won't put in a damper on the future performances that you said that we were going to have.
Mm-mm.
And I'm sure with you on the case, as I have put you on retainer, and glances toward you, a scoop, and then slowly then glances at the bag of diamonds, that you will be my investigators and my hand in this issue. With that being said, please allow my escorts to bring you home safely. However incompetent they may be, and just glances out around a bunch of them. Like you see one guy run right over the corners, like picking his nose, and he's like, he wipes it on his armor.
Ew.
With that, the group begin to disperse. Each of them going into the groups in which they were like, oh, that was the best party I've had in a long time. Quite eventful. I almost died of pure excitement. Right? Oh, yes. Oh, I realize how sad that was. Oh, how uncouth of me. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I had so much excitement. How dare me for being so flippant with other people's lives. That's the thing to say. That's the in thing to say nowadays, correct? I heard that it's good to be fashionable, to be charitable, and have emotions and feelings towards others. Empathy's very hot right now.
You know, one way to show empathy is getting your records as soon as you possibly can and sharing it with us.
Come visit my estate. I'd be happy to show you all of my records.
Man, we have to have a whole session with this lady.
I'm the voice lady for a whole session. I'm the victim here.
Yeah, you made this person, bro. Oh boy.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So are we all outside now, or?
Not necessarily. Pretty much what you want to be. What is happening right now is that the people that live together, for example, and the people that like have a share estates together, like you see Jin Fushi and Autumn Breeze on a what is his full name again? Autumn Breeze on a fall morning or winter morning. Hold on.
It doesn't make sense for it to be an autumn breeze on a winter.
Yeah, I know. Autumn Breeze on a chilly night, and Jin Fushi kind of group up because you remember that she is his ward. So they depart together, escorted by a few Ryomi. She's not injured at all. He's injured. Because he went down twice, if you remember, during the battle. And you see Crane piercing a fish, appears to have the ear of Baikem Manong as they exit together. You're not sure if they're going home together, but they have the ear of each other. You remember that you guys tried to hook them up at some point during the I think there was a thing with that. It doesn't matter. Right. That is, and that's pretty much it. You see Henton Opie appears to be departing on her own. and Pebbles in the Flowing River lives here, so he's staying. And all of the other unnamed nobles kind of just disperse and go about their business in groups of 2 to 3.
Well, what about the bodies? What are they gonna do with them? Should we just?
I mean, nobles aren't gonna fucking touch the bodies. It's not their responsibility. They're above that kind of thing.
What?
I mean, should we just help bring them out and like bury them? Because Cameron's gotten old earth and.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose there are no morticians in this town.
So there's only one body. There was only one casualty, if you remember.
Right.
The Abel holder.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The cook and a bunch of the other kitchen staff are wounded and unconscious and will have to have triage and rest and be cared for throughout the night and into the next day. They'll have to be put into an infirmary or a medic or something somewhere. They'll have to go to a sanatorium or something. The half-orc cook, if you remember, she is severely injured, but her form also looks very hardy. With your medical expertise, Scoop and Macheni, you gather that she could make a full recovery come tomorrow.
Okay.
If given enough time to rest. The rest of them, they're just cooks, just random people. Omar Bahari approaches you. All, as a group, carefully. With the intent, he looks a little scared. He looks like he's being careful. He looks a little mousy. Which wasn't really his personality when you met him. He was so sure of himself and just be like, oh yeah, whatever happens, Evandra will take care of me. I know I'm really lucky. He's now starting to second guess that kind of that opinion of himself. He comes towards you and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. So is it my understanding that we are free to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In your personal opinion, should I just, for lack of a better word, get out of Dodge?
Well, you were pretty close to this whole incident. Maybe would you be willing to help us solve it? Maybe offer any insight that you have and any of the information that we gather?
I suppose I'm not sure what it is that I could do. I'm just a traveling, lucky jack of all trades.
Yeah. I'm just worried that if you leave, we were all told not to leave. And if you leave, I feel like that might look bad on you and possibly your people.
Optics.
Yeah.
Right.
I understand.
You were the one to interact with whoever gave you that cargo. Too,
I still
right?
feel horrible about that. Well,
I'm saying since you were so close to the story, maybe you'd be able to identify a perp or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I understand. Tell you what the shippers look like, or something like that.
Right, or if we get we'll get the logs from Bye Bye and.
Yes, I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. If I could be so bold as to impose. It was my intention to stay in the service quarters here tonight, as this was part of my job. Doesn't feel like a very safe place for me to stay this evening.
You could stay with us on our ship. I mean, it's a
could
little rough shot.
Oh, you have a ship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am used to traveling in ship. I could sleep on a hammock anywhere.
Great.
Fantastic. Should I just follow you, or should I meet you at a certain time, or?
You can follow us. I think we're going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh. Sorry about that. Little internet hiccup. Go ahead. Please continue.
So I was seeing that, should Should we perhaps just, for optics' sake, go to either the Salty Mystic or the Zushi and make it clear that in order for you to help us with the investigation, since you are basically a very primary witness, you'll be staying with us. Again, just so that people don't talk about it, we're making it more official.
Yeah, I think it's important that we remain as open about this investigation as possible, right? About what we're doing and everything that's happening, and keeping it all above board and all just out in the open.
Right. It's like turning in your records or your report, right? It's just, yeah.
I understand. However, I can help. I am at your service. As you guys are talking, you also notice, Scoop, you notice Crane piercing a fish. Just to like look over his shoulder and just kind of sneer at you. Looks a little suspicious as to why you're so buddy-buddy with this guy that brought black powder into the Zushi's manor.
Should we explain also to Crane piercing a fish what we're doing? As we explain to the Zushi.
Perhaps we can.
I mean, he's leaving. He's just kind of looking over. He's on his way out. He's just like looking over his shoulder and just being. You can tell he's like, he feels conspiracy brewing.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck that guy.
Perfect.
All right, so I guess we walk over to the Zushi, or
however you guys want to do it.
Salty Mystic.
Yeah, we'll talk to the Zushi. I think it's probably.
Yeah.
Again, optics makes more sense that we talk to him than the Salty Mystic.
Especially if we're on retainer with him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you guys, with Omad Bahadi, head over to the Zushi, who, go ahead. You guys can roll an insight check for me if you like.
Yeah, we're not supposed to approach him, right? I hope we're past that by now.
I mean, we're a matchmaker, the detective agency, formers.
Did you say insight?
Yes.
21.
21. Anybody get over a 20?
Oh, you wanted us all to roll?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
For 15.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Nope.
Oof. 12.
Marie?
What if I use my spyglass?
Macheni, what'd you get? Marie, what'd you get?
What are we rolling?
Insight.
Sorry. Insight.
Michelle,
Should
you
be
got
in
a
your
13.
skills. Okay.
13.
13. Okay. The rest of you, he just looks a little worried. Tamara, to you, he doesn't look so good. Like,
well, naturally.
well, he doesn't.
Right.
He looks like he hasn't slept in 2 days, which is different than how he looked just a couple minutes ago.
Really?
You also know what is now in his possession.
It's in the book, though, right?
The book is in his study that you were taken to, like and all the other artifacts that he likes to keep on display.
Oh, so he hasn't put it in there yet.
He hasn't left this room. Everybody's been confined to this room.
All right. So I'll talk to him. First, I'll say, just so you know, since Omad here was such a primary witness and so close to the incident, and knows the faces probably of the people who gave him the barrels of black powder, he's going to be working closely with us throughout this investigation, and he's going to be staying with us as well.
That is odd, but I suppose I am in order to facilitate all of your investigation, which you can see he's alighting to a little bit more than that. I have to give you as much agency as I can afford. But you understand that this is highly irregular, and that if you abuse this agency, there will be consequences.
Yes, of course. We have no intention of abusing this agency.
Very well.
And just as you're, I'm sure, aware, this whole culture is fairly new to us. So if there's anything that we do that
this is new to you? Didn't you just give a lecture on the entire hierarchy of our culture structure?
I know this not this culture. That's different than power structure, right?
It's new to me. I'm sorry.
It's just new to us. Like, well, even so, like the high society, I'm not sure of all the nuances. Like, I learned you're not supposed to eat the food or something, which is insane to me. I was eating the food anyway, but
he leans in close and he's like, "Yes, it's a little odd to me too, but
But in other words, things like that, I just ask that you offer us a little bit of leniency, and that maybe you can help explain things to us if you see us doing something that might be out of line or untoward, so to speak.
Of course, obviously, I do have my duties to attend to.
Yes.
Should I have a liaison assist you with these things? Because at the risk of sounding pomp, there are other things that do busy me throughout the day.
Yes, of course.
However, come to think of it, any liaison I would give you would be incompetent. As he looks at the guy,
about that.
He's got his finger in his ear, and he's like, puts his hand back on the handle of his sword. Pebbles in a Flowing Reader speaks up because I could help.
That'd be great.
That'd be super wonderful. Thank you.
I'm a big fan of this guy, Mr. Pebbles.
Oh, well, have you seen my Warfan collection?
Not yet, but I would love to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, we could do that. We could do that later.
Yeah,
we don't really have to do that now. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody dead on the table. Was that too morbid to say? Oh.
We can do it now.
It's my first. Yeah, in person. I haven't seen a body before.
We can do it now. I got to sign your Warfan anyways.
Oh, right. When do we cry?
When you feel like it. There's no rules about crying.
Okay. So just when the spirit moves me.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't? Am I a bad person?
No. People grieve in different ways, and you didn't even know this person anyway, right? So.
I mean, I knew her. I'd see her around every day, but we didn't really. I'd say, "Oh, this is delicious. Thank you for the apples." But
yeah. People grieve in different ways. It doesn't mean that you need to cry right now, and
Okay. Should I just stay here and you come see me when you need to, or do you want me to venture out there with you and check out evil people's lairs, or what it is that you need to?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, you're welcome to hang out with us if you want. Where we stay is surely not as nice as here, but
okay. If I do go with you, should I grab my Warfans first?
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. This is exciting. This is living. I'm excited. Also terrified.
You should be. That's healthy. That's
Are
good.
you guys excited and terrified all the time? Is this normal?
Yes. This is every day.
Yeah.
That's
daily.
horrifying. I can't imagine living like that day to day. Your stress levels and endorphins must be just through the roof. This is not sustainable. I mean, I've read that. I mean, if you keep having this kind of stress constantly, you're like max, depending on your race, 40 years. You could
I just
die at
need
40
to
years old.
kill the guy. I mean, I'm dealing with that kind of shit, you know? It's crazy.
Right.
Some nice days.
Are
at
we
sea.
going to kill people?
No, that's not the plan. That's not the plan.
Okay.
Fans are
Sometimes
for
people try to
self-defense.
kill us, and
Yeah.
but
All right.
Even then, we still try to keep
we
them
still
alive.
try not to kill people. But
Mm-hmm.
we might have to kill monsters, though.
Here's a thought, though. If whoever's behind this was trying to kill people here, would it be safer for me to be with you or stay here?
I mean, are you
Well,
even
everybody
allowed?
here is pretty incompetent. So
I'm surprised they're not even in jail. Considering they couldn't even do their job.
yeah,
You see,
I would
like, the
say
guy
it's wrong.
has taken the wakizashi out of the back of his lower back and is using it as a toothpick.
oh my god,
Jeez. This is so disrespectful.
these people are really trained. Is anybody training these people? Where are these people coming from?
Like, that was a different dude each time, too.
Honestly, I'm not even afraid of them anymore.
I think it would be safer with us just because we're fairly competent, I'd say. I mean, we're always learning and doing better, but
Okay. Great. Should we get started tonight?
well, we need to go to bed.
I'm very tired.
Okay. Just so you know, I mean, if we do fight or, we try to kill somebody, not gonna, just full disclosure, I've never been in a fight before.
Yeah, if you want to run away, that's totally okay.
Oh, okay. I don't want to run away. I want to fight. Might die.
Maybe,
Well, we have things to help you not die, but we'll protect you as best we can.
have you done sparring before?
What's that?
I'm sure
Practice fighting.
Phoenix knows a little bit better than I do, but
Oh yeah, Phoenix and I. Yeah, she's cool. I like Phoenix. We had a good conversation.
good.
Yeah.
It's when you practice fighting with another person.
Oh,
Don't
Nakano throws
it's a
your
great
punch
idea.
on the shoulder.
Ow! 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 Wow! Oh, boy, you're strong. You don't look it, but you're really strong.
You said you
That's
wanted
my
to fight.
warfan arm.
I don't know if you're cut out for this.
It's not.
Oh man, that's gonna smart tomorrow for sure. That's okay. I can use this hand to carry my stuff. Let me just go pack my trunks.
Your trunks?
Yeah. Don't you bring trunks everywhere you go?
No.
3 articles of clothing.
Oh,
Get a
we're
backpack.
roughing it. Okay, I've heard of
Yeah.
this.
yeah, backpack.
I have a perfect idea. Okay, ready? I will, with my war fans, protect this guy. And it points to Omad. And if anything happens, we just run, and I just stand between him and the thing that we're running from.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. But not just you. I mean, we're all going to be doing that.
Yeah.
We work as a unit.
Right,
As a
right.
team.
Right, but you'll fight, and I'll pick off the little guys.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, don't just like go running straight.
I might
towards
need a day
any
or
monster.
two though, because this arm. Woo! Do you do CrossFit?
Just do some push-ups every day. You'll be fine.
Every day.
You should see her do Cirque du Soleil too. It's pretty cool.
Oh Lord.
I love that. I love that for you. Cirque du Soleil. Right, because you're doing like acrobatics, jumping across
Yeah.
the rigging. That's amazing. Wow. Damn it, Noel, you're on a roll today.
Bad jokes
Fantastic.
coming in hot.
Here we go. Great. So I think I need to go to sleep to nurse this arm. Like, is that a normal hazing ritual? You numb someone's arm? Is that normal?
Not really, no. But you seem like you'd need it.
Oh, I don't know how to take that, but okay.
Well, I'm just trying to toughen you up for a fight.
Oh, so we punch each other. Is that what we do? That's how you train? That's what sparring is. We just punch each other.
Sure.
Yeah, give me a shot, Pebbles. Let's see what you got.
Yeah?
Yeah, go for it. Man.
Okay.
Oh god.
He sets up like this, and rather than like with the fist, he hits you with like the heel of his palm. And he does it like right on your collarbone. I'm just gonna roll to see if he hits you. You don't have mage armor up anymore, do you?
I think. Well, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think you ever
I
cast
did
it in the
earlier
last
in the day.
battle. Did you?
Well, no, but it's been like I've casted it twice today on the 35th.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He rolled absolute trash garbage. So he completely misses it, and then it pretty much it skids off of your collarbone, and then looks as though he's just putting his arm around your shoulder, and it just ends up like in a hug with you.
Oh.
Okay, I'll give him a hug, and I'll be like, we'll work on it.
Oh, okay. If you just kind of embrace him, he was trying to attack you, and you just hug him.
Can I just take
You're
Zushi
like-
aside real quick?
He like feels your body. He's like, you're like firm.
Yeah, I got thick skin.
Whew. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Shall we? Come on. I gotta protect you. And he starts like kind of like plodding away. Oh wait, actually, you'll come to my room. Let's go check out my stuff.
All right, very quickly, get that all packed, and then we go for we go to the ship, and we all stay together because safety in numbers, right?
Right. I mean, you don't need not all of you need to come to my room. It's really messy. I was just bringing him because he's my responsibility now. It's fine. You don't need to see my room. It's a mess. Please.
Well, I think we should all stay together, so
Please,
probably better.
Tammy
We all stay
Tesla.
together.
If you could just, especially, Tammy Tesla. It's not ready for you. It's just it's not ready.
Or at least like Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I can take Phoenix.
There we go.
Can we just stay down the hall from your room? We won't see it, but the rest of us just be in your bow?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right.
The Zushi is kind of like absentmindedly like talking with the Ryomi and also like glancing to you, being like listening in the conversation every once in a while.
Can I pull the Zushi aside real quick?
Absolutely. He nods to the Ryomi and they go off and do whatever you assign them to do.
You're looking not so great, and I think it's a result of the idol. You look very exhausted. That's what happens with this thing. I recommend you put it in that book like now, before it affects you even more.
I am starting to understand why this is so grave.
It's a very dangerous object.
I didn't feel well when I touched it.
No. Yeah, I would try not to touch it even. Just get it right in that thing and close the book, so to speak.
Yes, I will also assign a guard to guard it at all times.
Not one of those. Hopefully you have a better guard than that.
These are the ones that I was given.
Okay.
I suppose the Red Lion Syndicate has an establishment in town. I suppose I could hire some mercenaries that are far more capable of doing this job than these incompetent Ryomi.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, we just had personal issues with the Red Lion Syndicate, but...
Oh?
Yeah.
I have heard nothing but good things.
Well, they're slave traders, and we're kind of anti-slave.
I see. A protest on moral grounds. I understand.
Yes, of course.
Yes, not my favorite industry either.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, somewhat unavoidable in today's culture.
Well, maybe we can fix that culture. That's our goal, at
It's
least.
a future I would look forward to living in.
Mm.
So, are you suggesting that I shouldn't hire extra help?
Nah, you probably should.
All right. Let it be done then. I will send a missive forthwith this evening. Hopefully by tomorrow morning I will have my select of the crop.
Yeah.
Please
And
take care of yourself.
Get that thing in the book. You too. Get that thing in the book immediately. Don't touch it.
Yes,
Just
it
do
is
it
my
right
next
now.
stop.
Yes. All right.
Um,
We'll see you tomorrow with the big show.
on that, we are hosting it. It was I was under the impression that you would be a traveling troupe to everyone else's manors, as you had mentioned before, correct? Or were you doing a show?
Well, I think
at
we were
the
doing it like a
docks?
public show in the town square. So we
I
had
understand.
announced that. Yeah.
A show for the everyman.
For the every person. Yeah, you got it.
Ah, good.
Everyone's invited.
Why are we
The
doing a show again? Scoop's been out of the loop. He didn't listen to the conversation.
We've talked about it.
he wasn't there during the big conversation.
Oh, you don't even know what the
Yeah.
ulterior motive? Okay. I will cast exposition. Let's go.
Great. You cast exposition at second level. Great. So yes, Scoop, you understand that from what they've told you that you are trying to discern and get in good and get some clout with these people, with this circle of nobles, in order to get more information on how it is to go about finding an applicable heir, or a method is to do such a thing for the Zushi, so that he can have his position be more stable, and have a firmament in which to move future policy. However, you now also have another deed, which is to... Well, that's kind of up to you, whether you want to try to find out who perpetrated this event, what was the ulterior motive behind it, or if there was one, or whatever. Or you could just use it as a guise to complete your first objective.
We can do a little bit of both.
I have an idea. Maybe we can enlist the help of Henton Opie, and then kind of get to know her a little bit more through that.
She was
Right.
competent.
She was competent, and she was immediately helpful,
Mhm.
and seemed invested in the event.
Right.
Speaking of which, none of you see her.
Didn't everybody go home?
Yeah,
she is,
went home.
yeah, right. She.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. You're right. She left.
Yeah.
The mystic is also not here.
Didn't everybody leave?
Everybody is in the process of leaving. You know how long it takes people that are the life of the party to leave a party. It takes like an hour.
Yeah.
And even though this was a morbid party, they're figuring out escorts, they're staggering their leave time so that they don't are traveling as a big group that's easy to target, the whole thing. The mystic didn't really stick around. She kind of just popped off, at least from what you notice. You guys haven't really left this room. But yes, please continue.
Did anybody notice if the Mystic and Henton Opie left together?
Not that you know of.
But what? You said Hinton Opie left alone.
She did,
You're right.
Yeah, she did leave alone. So not that you noticed, you didn't notice that the Mystic and Henton Opie left together.
I mean, we brought the mystic here, so I think she's.
No, we didn't.
Henton Opie did.
Henton Opie did.
Well,
We suggested that she come, but Henton Opie went and got her.
She has nothing to do with this.
You sent the monkey to go get her, and then Henton was like, "This is
Henton Opie took
ridiculous,"
initiative.
and she snuck out and came back with both of them.
jail time for that.
Right. I mean, you would think that Henton, being the belle of the ball as she is, we would notice her, or she would have some sort of escort and be as pomp and circumstance as the
Yeah,
rest of these
weird,
four.
right?
Yeah.
So odd. Why would she?
Almost like she's really good at being unseen when she wants to be.
Yeah. She a rogue, y'all.
Yep. Mastermind. Wild. Okay. Should we be concerned about that? Should we try to find her?
Well, I will leave the rest to you. I will get this into the book post haste. Is there anything else before I take care of this errand and set down for a long needed rest?
I don't think so.
All right. I will have my... Oh, what are they?
Right.
You can see yourselves out. You are more competent than these are.
Yeah.
Then he puts his head over your shoulder in a way, just like he looks over your shoulder and just makes a gesture. The least you could do is at least speak. Can you dig? And he's like,
Are they all drunk?
dig a proper grave for our fallen individual here. The rest of you help me with overseeing them as the night goes through. As he begs your leave and walks down the hall. The injured individuals are still on the dining room table, and the Ryomi are just kind of like making sure that they don't fall into cardiac arrest, pretty much. They know first aid, as any soldier does. Who knows how good they are at it. But
Is there
they
like
seem
a
to be...
hospital around or something, or a doctor?
You get the feeling that probably the most talented healer in town is probably the Mystic. And she was just here, and she looked over everybody, and she said, everyone's stable, just let them rest.
Okay.
Should we do something with the body, like some rites or anything? Or like that's what people do with kind of stuff?
I'm not really sure what the customs are here.
Gotta get my armor. She took my armor.
Who took your armor?
The mystic.
What's this now?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Well, when
Why?
we went to the mystic's playhouse, the armor and the idol were combined, or the armor was wrapped around the idol. But when they brought it here, it was just in a box. So
Oh.
Okay.
I need my armor.
Yeah.
I could deal without it for one day.
Okay, maybe we get it tomorrow. I would hate to go knocking on her door again tonight.
Right. I feel like she'd be rather pissed. I know the crew wanted a day of shore leave. I had promised that I would stay on the boat tomorrow. This was before everything happened tonight, of course. So, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right, let's get hurt, Captain Avery and Agatilla, Lorna.
Yeah, I hope that Hurt and Avery are okay,
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Captain Avery has that squid thing, squid arm.
It's falling
Cool.
off now.
Is it falling off? I didn't notice.
It was
Usually you notice a lot of things.
Yeah. I thought it was withering, but it's been a long day. Who knows? I don't know what's time.
They're probably just hallucinating. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we wait for Phoenix and
Yeah, I don't want to let it go too far away from that. If we can get kind of just at least hanging down the hall.
Sure. You guys can hang here. With the exception of Tamara, none of you have eaten, and there's a ton of food here. If you guys would like to partake.
I had bread. Whoa, we're discussing. So I asked for bread. I'm like, where's the bread? Yeah.
And you assume all this food is just going to go to waste because nobody's going to fucking eat it. So. But yes, Phoenix, Omad, and Pebbles in a Flowing River head down the hall upstairs to his chambers. Phoenix, you see this beautiful room that is not at all as bad that he was describing. It doesn't look like a messy teenage girl's room with laundry everywhere, or just teenager's room. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm mostly speaking out of experience from my sisters, to be honest, because I was a bit of a clean freak and they were not. Yes, you walk in and there's these beautiful like silk drapes. Rather than a door in the doorway, there's just these like silk drapes that cover the doorway, and then they feel wonderful and super smooth as you part them and walk through them. There's a beaded curtain. There's the opulent gold thread that adorns these massive master bed. This looks like California king bed. There's gorgeous filigree on the dresser in the corner. It appears that he has a walk-in closet. Everything is nice. There's accents of pink and puce and this ocean blues. And you see along the walls in a very articulate curated fashion are displayed a number of beautiful fans, beautiful folding fans of all different makes, designs, models. You notice some shimmering on some of them. They are bladed. They looks like they've never been used and they're there for display. But it's gorgeous. The room, you notice him hurry to a corner of the room and tuck a pair of slippers under the bed and a robe that was hanging on the bedpost. And he it looks like he was sharpening one of the war fans as they were on the floor, and there's some metal shavings on the floor as he kicks them under a rug. And he's like, "Pardon, sorry, I wasn't really expecting guests." Take a look. And he kind of gestures towards the wall as he runs into his closet, and apparently there's some rustling, almost as like he's organizing a couple things, so you don't see his disorganization, as he puts it. So Phoenix, Phoenix, you and Omad are there. It's beautiful in here. This is the lap of luxury.
This place looks nice.
And you can just hear from the other. Oh, well, thank you. Help yourself. I'm sure you're quite familiar with how to use them. If you want to try one out for a spin, just don't break or tear the awning that's over the bed. That was especially imported as a gift from the Zushi, and he will definitely give me a lashing if anything is messed up there.
Okay, gotcha.
You, with your monk training, Phoenix, realize that these could absolutely be used as monk weapons if you'd like them. Some of them appear to be more display. and like look as though they would work, but you, by examining them, realize that their structural integrity is not really meant to be used in actual pitched battle. Others, shit, there's some really good craftsmanship. What would you like to do?
I don't know, just admire them for a minute.
Okay, sorry, it's wrapped around. The dog wrapped my cord around her face. You can sit and admire them. Some of them have these beautiful, there's one that has like the Great Wave Kamigawa across it. There's another that has this beautiful red sunset with this misty mountain foreground and these stylistic ink brush tree drawings on it. One, it depicts a scene of a fog. A lot of these are like vignette scenes. There is one that has some sort of like cultural paisley on it, and there's specifically one yellow, very bright, like canary yellow, with red accents and gold-plated blades at the very top.
How do war fans work?
Pretty much, they fold up and you just carry like a fan. But when they're flat, they work as pretty much a curved blade.
Oh, okay.
And they're mostly constituted, at least the good ones are made of metal that in plates that folds. So they can be used as like deflective shields as well as slashing weapons. Also, a skilled person who's good at this can throw them and have them come around like boomerangs.
Is this a real weapon?
It's a real weapon, yeah.
Cool.
In real life, yeah. It's also very good because you can use both of them at the same time. They can be closed and opened, at least with a skilled person, closed and open in rapid succession, very quickly. So they can be used to trap blades, cut blades, remove limbs so that people can be dismembered and not be able to use their weapons anymore. They're very, very versatile. However, you need to be really good at using them.
Cool.
Something about this yellow one just really speaks to you. You definitely see that it looks like it didn't come this way. It looks like it was plated a little bit gold after the fact to make it look a little bit more shiny. But you also notice that this appears to be the only one that has a use or has seen some use. Like this one might be the only one that has actually seen some real battle. Although it's sitting on the wall, it looks like there's dust on it, meaning it hasn't been touched in a long time, which leads you to believe it probably isn't Pebbles that was using it.
Oh.
Pebbles returns a moment later. Looks like he's donning his best rough-it gear he has. And for that, what that means is like a 3-piece suit that is made of good fiber that has each of the seams has like extra seams on it and sometimes open up a little bit so that they have a higher range of motion. It looks like this is what you would wear to a Warfan performance, as it's like long robes that move up, and he has to like roll the sleeves up and hold them like that Japanese hanfu kind of style thing. And so, but it's like also like a 3-piece suit melded into it. It's super cool. Whoever this guy is, he knows his fashion really, really well, but also likes to move around and be active, but has never actually been like outside in the real world. But he looks good. He's also got what passes for a noble backpack. It's not like sacks and other backpacks and like travel sacks and backpacks like you guys have, that are several compartments and you can put a tent in it. It's like those mini backpacks you see in like high school, the tiny little like mini style backpacks where you can't really fit anything into it. They're only about like yay big, and they just look like tiny little backpacks, and it's bright pink. He's like, well, I'm ready to go. Now, just to pick which one I should bring with me. Oh, Maud's just like, this is fascinating. I have never seen such a collection. Unique weapons. And you live here, yes? Yeah, that's right. Have you ever been outside the walls of this estate? Oh, well, a few times, but not really like, for an extended period of time. Interesting. Maybe it is I that should be watching you. Oh, you're serious? Stella keeps bringing me every bone she can find in the house. She wants me to I take a bone away because she's chewing in the background and making noise, and then she goes off, gets another bone.
Here, why don't I'll give her that bone back and I'll close the door.
It's fine. She's doing fine. I gotta close my door anyway. Great. So Phoenix, you have a moment here privately with them if there's anything you'd like to discuss, or if you'd like to just suggest to head back to the group.
No, I'll head back to the group.
Okay. Out of the backpack, Pebbles reaches into the backpack and pulls out. This was the literature that I was talking about, and he pulls out of the backpack what looks to be like a small, like leather-bound book, but it's not. But it's a very, very thin book. Think like those composition notebooks. And he hands it to you, and he's like, "This is he wrote a couple treatises on finding self and getting back to the person that you knew you were before you became dependent on things. This is essentially like this world's 15 steps, or what is it called? 12 steps. And it's like literature, like helping be like things like it works if you work it, keep coming back, things like that, like and sobriety and how to make amends and a bunch of other things. This is where I found most of the information that we were discussing. I thought I'd like to just share it with you. Here you go.
Thank you.
You take it, and you all leave and head back to the rest of the party.
Before we leave, also, I want to ask Pebbles, do you have any war fans that are just for sparring, like that aren't actually sharp? Because we should probably practice
in my room.
Yeah, in your collection.
Yeah, I have some dulled ones.
Yeah, why don't you bring those too?
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. And he runs back to his room. A few minutes go by. you see that he brings back the yellow one. It had seen actual battle use, but has since been dulled and become a display. It could be resharpened to become a capable one, but yeah, he goes and grabs that one. This one I bought off a traveler.
That's cool. Looks like they've been used.
Yeah, that's what they said, which was really cool. I mean, it definitely depreciates its actual value, but
Well, not necessarily. What's its provenance?
it's out of the box, per se.
Well, yeah, but sometimes used war antiques are more valuable.
Also, like,
that's a
it's
good
shown
point.
itself capable, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, to me, that's
Right.
more valuable.
Right,
It's a real weapon.
That's a really good point.
What's its provenance? Do you know?
That's a very good point. Maybe if I could contact the actual seller, maybe get a certificate of authenticity.
Mm.
That'd be great. But who knows? They're probably halfway across the world by now.
Yeah.
All right, shall we head out? And he sticks his fingers into the straps of his tiny little pink backpack.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
What have we done?
Poor
You've got
guy.
enough stuff?
Oh, right. I almost forgot. And he goes over to the banquet table, and he takes like one of the tablecloths that covers about like a quarter of the table. I don't want this to go to waste, and he just wraps it around all of the food that is there, ties it up in a big old bag about this big, opens up his sack, and it just slides right in.
Nice.
Oh, wait. So you can put more stuff in there than.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a haversack.
Fucking bag of holding. If he has a bag of holding, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, this is a handy haversack.
What does it?
What does that mean?
It's bigger on the inside.
Oh my god.
But you see by looking at it, there's no way you could fit the idol into the hole
You're
of
horrible,
the
TJ.
haversack.
You're awful. You're a terrible person, TJ.
So just to be clear, the haversack is about like yay big. He
How big
feeds
is
the
that?
food into the thing one at a time. In order for an item to go into the haversack, it has to fit into the opening of the haversack.
Okay.
The idol could not fit into the opening of
All
the
right.
haversack.
Okay.
So close.
So if we
Yeah.
use reduce on it, we can reduce on it or whatever, enlarge and reduce.
Oh.
It's a creature.
It's
though,
weird when you're talking about magical items that distort space. I believe enlarge, reduce on items such as that either don't affect them or cause them to be unstable and collapse and tear a hole into the astral sea.
No, on the idol, not the bag.
You want to cast it on an even more magical item that is highly deadly,
Horrifyingly magic item.
horrifyingly
not?
magic item.
Well, we don't know
That
that.
seems
We
to
just
be. Yes, you do. You tried to destroy it several times and weren't able to.
well, no, we don't know what would.
Well, it has magic that we're not familiar with. Remember when you looked at it, it was like gray and weird and
right? And also,
Supposedly.
it's and also I think, is that a creature too? For like a spell specifies a creature. This is
An object. Yeah, you're right.
It is a sentient.
Sentient object.
It is a sentient object. So it kind of skirts a line.
is it the singularity?
Oh, like is it AI?
Yeah.
You know what? I suppose like Warforged would be more like the AI of this world. It's you don't know what it is. That's one of the things you might have to figure out if that's something you want to figure out. That's one of the part of why it's so terrifying is because it's powerful. You don't know what the fuck it is. And no matter how you try, you can't figure it out. All you know that it definitely has some sort of odd, alien, eldritch energy about it. It is aware of all those around you, and it gives you nightmares.
On an unrelated note, should we take all this food so that we can give it to people tomorrow at the event?
We'll just throw it at each other's
The
doors.
council?
I mean, they
That's a bit
said
of
that-
that's kind of a statement too, right?
And he just continues shoveling
Yeah.
food into the haversack.
That's like a statement too. We're making a statement when we do that.
yeah.
He comes to like a Peking duck, and he starts tearing off the limbs so they can fit into the bag.
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna start just eating some food too while he's doing that because I haven't eaten yet. And
Yeah.
Okay, you do so.
also fine.
It's delicious. Fucking food. This cook, although she is unconscious on the table right there, before you, really knows what she's fucking doing.
It's gotta be very frustrating and unfulfilling as a chef to make all this delicious food that nobody eats.
Probably is. All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry, Angela.
Well, she dies, then I'm sure she would die happy that we would be eating her food for the last time.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Hopefully she doesn't though. I want
That was good.
Great. So with the food for a small crowd now stored in the haversack, and your tummy's now full, Ahmad Bahari and Pebbles in a Flowing River in tow, you guys begin to leave the estate. Where are you
Hi,
headed?
Manny.
Back to the ship, right?
I forgot about the monkey.
Hasn't really gotten the clue yet that it's okay to put their hands down.
What?
Because you had talked to him about, like, if it's a yes, put your hands up. If it's a no, put your hands down. So his hands have just been like this, and he's just been walking around the estate.
Oh, okay. So you can put your hands down. You can put your hands up. Do you want to come with me? Just don't.
We can't take this monkey, dude. This is not our monkey.
I mean, I can just open up a window.
No.
No, this is somebody's pet.
Oh,
I just steal
okay,
somebody's
okay.
pet.
I'll see you next time. Phoenix, say. He's so.
Who, ha.
Oh, huh?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What did I say?
Oh, you offended him.
I don't speak monkey, but
It's like when you meow at your
Oh, no,
cat,
no.
and your cat's like, the fuck did you just say to me?
Wow, she didn't mean it. Well, we'll see you later, okay, Manny?
can't you find a girlfriend?
You talking to the monkey or a scoop?
Yeah. The monkey.
Or both. Can't you find a girl? He doesn't understand what that means.
I know. I'm a scoop translate.
He's trapped here. What is he
No other
going?
monkeys around.
Well, let's
The
go
zoo
find
just
him.
threw salt in
go
his
find
face. He
another
didn't know
one.
how to
So
talk
you
to
guys
him.
are gonna find your matchmaking for the monkey and the Zushi now. Fantastic.
This is Bella the mannequin, but it's for the sushi. This is hentai. What happened to TJ?
I'm okay.
Oh, he just like froze. Like
His actual body froze.
all right, let's get out of here. Bye, Manny. Be good.
Looks at you, Nakano.
Oh, you're watching me, huh? I don't know whether he's hitting on me or not.
Is he a spider monkey?
He's a macaque.
No.
Oh, okay.
So he likes hot baths in springs.
The dog in real life was very concerned about all the monkey sounds you were saying, so you clearly don't speak monkey
Yeah,
well.
she's right here next to me right now.
Yeah.
She was offended as well.
Mhm.
Great. So you guys leave the estate. Where are you guys headed?
Back to the ship.
The ship.
right?
All right, cool. You guys traverse the town back to the ship. If you could everybody please, on your way there, could everybody please roll a perception check?
What happened to my D20? Oh, there it is. I don't even need it.
You only have one D20.
It was specially gifted by
Jeez.
DJ.
That was the starter kit I sent you.
I know.
Okay, let's go around. Nakano.
6.
Marie. I'm sorry,
7.
Phoenix. I have to get better at that. A scoop.
10.
Tamron.
10. 12.
10.
That's rare.
Machete.
11.
Yikes, guys.
It's a nice, somewhat chilly. It is now. It is late autumn.
Like the perfect temperature, guys.
Did Omad or Pebbles roll? Maybe
I'm gonna
they're more
roll with them
perceptive.
at disadvantage because they are steeped in conversation with each other, talking about like, oh, what's the craziest thing you've seen? And Pebbles in a Flowing River is talking about like all like high society stuff, whereas Omad Bahadi is talking about all like, you know, street smart stuff. So they're all both kind of fascinated with each other's cultures. It's kind of like how the other half lives, and they're both like cool people. So they're just chatting away. So I'll roll a disadvantage for both of them. I just rolled 4 4s in a row.
What the hell?
Yeah, so that's weird.
Scary.
I think we should get a natural 20 for that.
It's at least 16.
Right, exactly.
No way. You know, so they're not paying attention really at all. They're just kind of following your footsteps. But you guys arrive back at the Pie Bringer. It is pretty quiet here. All work on the ship today has stopped. It is past work hours, and there doesn't appear to be anybody on board.
The
Well, I guess
the
we're going to
staff
the bar.
should
What?
stay.
No,
should
they
stay.
all went to the bar.
Yeah.
We had talked about not a couple of them needed to stay with the ship.
Oh, yeah. They
About them doing
say-
short leave
No,
tomorrow.
you sent. Well, no, you're right. The one person that is here, there's only one person on the ship then, because you only have 2 crew members left. Remember, you only have. Yeah, because a bunch of people died.
We go through a lot of crew.
You only have the. Oh crap! What's her name? The Sibylla.
Sibylla.
And Tilda. Sibylla went to pretty much chaperone Hurt, Captain Avery, and Agatilla at the bar, at the dockside bar. And
Where did Lorna go?
Lorna went with them.
Okay.
And so the only person that was left on the ship was Tilda. Tilda's fast asleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything look in order?
Yeah. I mean, the ship looks better than it was when you left it this morning, because the work has started. But, you know, it's still going to take a couple days.
My cannonballs! Are they there?
The granite ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still here.
Good.
You also know that the Bicam, the person that you read recently, is in charge of all of this. She owns all of the docks and the surrounding land titles and the buildings, like all the dockside buildings and all of the docks. She's in charge of all of it.
Yes.
Only
So-
on camera.
What?
You gonna score with her? Just get more.
Oh
out of
God,
this?
no.
Why
No.
not? Why not? We could
This
just
repulses me.
man. I sucked her toes. You could do more.
I didn't. Nobody asked you to suck her toes, man. That was you. You did that.
Okay.
It's
Well,
on you, man.
I guess I gotta do another one for the team.
You don't have to. You don't have to do that. We're fine.
But if you want to, I mean,
Yeah.
that's totally fine with
If
you.
you want
Well,
to.
free docking, and she'll probably get some like I don't know, like some leftover stuff from.
Are you trying to prostitute me?
I mean, I tried at first, but now I'm gonna prostitute myself.
Okay, that's your decision, man.
You want free
But if we do it
docking for that?
together, I mean, it's
Oh
almost,
my god,
it's
I
almost
need
a
to get a beer.
what day is it? What?
I love
Okay,
how
is it-
Scoop is trying to convince Tamron into getting into like a threesome and an orgy here. He's like, she knows things, she can buy us nice things.
We can still like flirt with her and be friendly, and I think that's enough, honestly.
With her?
Was that?
With her?
Yeah.
Again, with her? Flirt with her? She wants a naughty.
What?
What the fuck, dude?
Scoop. What are you saying?
I don't know. Let's go to the bar and get
I think you
Scoop's
should go
like,
to bed, man.
he wants the naughty.
Oh god. This is her flirting with Black M. You want the naughty?
Has that monkey been influencing you?
Yeah.
Right. What has he been saying?
She
to
wants
you?
the hoo-ha. I'm sorry.
Man, I just thought you wanted stuff.
Walking?
Yeah, man, I'll put the charm on her. I'm not gonna sell my body.
Tamron has standards.
I have standards. I have,
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the bar and get everyone.
Okay.
I mean, they're fine. They can probably stay there if they want, right?
I don't
We need
think
to-
Hurt's fine. She
Oh, Hurt's not even on the.
No.
I she's like really tired. I think she hasn't slept in 3-4 days maybe.
Yeah, maybe
So-
we should check on people.
And she's like a grandma now, or like not necessarily a grandma because she never had kids, but like she's
Old lady.
very.
What time is it?
You don't know exactly, but it is late evening. Like it's encroaching the time of early morning.
Yeah.
Do you want to get your stuff, a Scoop, before you go down to the bar?
My
Except,
stuff.
of course, your armor that the Salty Mystic has too.
Right, you
Oh,
guys
my
are still decked out in your nice clothes, no armor, no weapons.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into my cities and weapons and whatnot.
We'll get our gear.
Great. You guys take a few minutes to reorganize yourselves, around 10-15 minutes or so. You know that the bar that they went to was the dockside bar called the Barrel of Monkeys.
I'm gonna take a moment to run away real quick and do the old mage armor.
Can you?
Can I? Why not?
Well, you used it for today, didn't you?
I can use it.
Cast
I have 2 more level 1 spell slots.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Actually, it'd probably still be up, right? Because we just fought.
I don't know. The last time I did it was like afternoon.
It's 8 hours. We ran around for like 2 hours. I don't know. What?
I did it in the
what is-
morning before we left, and then I did it before the Silken Sail, I think.
Before the fight, right? Of the
No, I did it in the morning before we left the docks, and then I did it again
yeah, okay.
after the Salty Mystic, I think before the Silken Sail.
Yeah, you can cast
How-
it again if you like.
I mean, is it still on?
Yeah, how long was the party for?
You're probably not. I mean, it's been so many hours. A lot of stuff has happened. The investigation took several hours within itself. and you were mingling for several hours. You probably, on your way over here, felt it fade.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of go to the end of a dock where there's nobody around, and we're good.
Okay, you do so.
Should at least one of us stay here so that we can show Ahmad and Pebbles like where they'd be staying, that kind of thing, and keep an eye on them so that we're.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a nice vessel you have here. I've never been aboard one of these before. And he kind of like knocks on the wood with their foot, like seems sturdy enough. Yep, nice make. You've got the mast there, and there's the wheel thing. Yeah. Cool. I'm sure you've got sails on this thing. Yeah.
You know your terminology.
Oh,
yeah,
I've read a book or two.
Jibs and
Ooh, getting fancy.
slackjacks.
Slack. Yeah, slackjacks. So he looks to Ahmad, and Ahmad's like,
Top ropes and bottom ropes.
ooh, yeah, gotta love those bottom ropes.
Gotta watch
More
out
of
for
a
the side
bottom
of
rope
it.
than a top rope guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I do.
I don't know if I know what that means.
I don't know what I mean.
You pull the top rope instead of the bottom rope. That's not what it means, of
Oh,
course.
okay, right. There's two ropes. Got it, two ropes. Top rope.
Only two ropes on this whole ship.
Got it.
Top rope and bottom rope.
Got it. You see, he pulls a notepad from his haversack. It's like top rope, bottom rope.
How's that not filled with food? What?
Filled with lots of things.
I know, but
It's bigger on the inside.
I know, but I feel like it's just like the food's just like.
Well, the cool thing about the haversack is that it has multiple pockets. They're all very small, but they're
okay.
and each of the pockets has its own dimensional space.
Okay.
And they're all really, really small, though.
Okay. Still, though, you're such a tease.
I didn't plan this.
Okay.
I'm not doing this. TJ's not doing this.
Go to the bar.
Okay. Who's going to the bar?
I'll go to the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay with Pebbles.
I'll stay here too.
Okay. Are you staying, Phoenix, or are you going?
I'm staying.
Okay, you stay. Your choice.
Wait,
So-
Phoenix isn't going to the bar?
You like the bar, no?
No.
Not anymore.
No. Okay.
Phoenix, go ahead and roll your sobriety die for me.
She just wants juice, maybe.
And just tell me the number that shows up. You don't add anything to it.
What is it, D6?
I think it's a D6 right now, if I'm correct. So just
Yeah,
roll a
I think
D6 and just tell me the number. Just one of these guys.
6. I got 6.
Okay. Okay, great.
Nice.
So, 6. So that means that you think of bar.
Okay.
Bar. Okay, that's in any other situations you would say yes, but you're renewed with a sense of, as you kind of reach into your pocket and you kind of clutch firmly the literature that Pebbles gave you, and your resolve firms. And you can go ahead and change your sobriety die to a D8 now.
Woo! Nice.
As you say, no, I'm good. The rest of you head out to the Barrel of Monkeys.
Is
It go ahead.
Is a pebble in a flowing river and a mod coming? Or are they staying on the ship?
They're staying on the ship. They are steeped in conversation. You see, although it is very dark out, Pebbles is kind of still looking around, taking notes, being like, that's the top rope. That's the bottom rope. So what's this other rope? What's this other rope?
We'll teach Pebbles a little bit about the ship.
Oh, you could teach him some rigging?
Yes, I could.
Very, 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 very amateur rigging. Got it. Like novice stuff. Cool. Go ahead and roll a performance check for me to see how good of a teacher you are.
Okay. 15.
15. You're pretty good. He rolled really well for his understanding. You impart to him the knowledge that there are more than 2 ropes on this ship. And that each of them, in fact, there are almost 100 different ropes on this ship, if not more. I don't know a lot of ship stuff. Please don't at me. I know there's a lot of fucking ropes. So, and you'd be like, okay, well, all of these, like 30 or 40 ropes control that one sail one way or another. All of those control that one sail. They all need to be tied to these pegs or released from these pegs in some sort of fashion in order to get the sails to move in the direction we need to, tack it and catch the wind. And he's furiously writing this all down. Okay, he's getting it. He's like, okay, it's a lot more learning intensive. The learning curve is very steep than I had thought. Adventuring is hard. And this is just him taking the notes from me. But you realize that he's grasping about 60% of the information. Like he's retaining about 60% of the information you're giving it to him. Because you're also, I imagine, this is how I imagine Nakano being. She's gonna be like, this is the top rope, this is the bottom rope, this is the stern mast. She's just going bop, 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 through there, and not giving him time to be like, this is how you spell it or anything like that. You're like, no, you're teaching. That? Yeah, you got all that, and he's like, And you don't wait for him to respond before you move on to the next set of ropes. Okay. Great. Yes. Trial by fire, sink or swim, for sure. Scoop, you and Tamarin head over to the Barrel of Monkeys.
I'm trying to convince him to do prostitution with me.
Oh, really?
You gotta do it, man. It's money. Come on.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I don't want to.
She could probably have, she owns stock. She probably has, tens of thousands of platinum.
I'm not for sale. There's no amount of money that I would sell my body for. I couldn't live with myself. That's not how I roll, man.
Man, I could just do, lesser resurrection if you get, an STD. Yeah.
What? That's not why. I have standards. I have a precious flower.
How attractive is bye-bye?
It doesn't matter how physically attractive she is. I am repulsed by her.
Starts walking ahead.
Unbelievable. You're supposed to be the virtuous one here. You're the cleric. Talk about selling my body.
Cleric of insanity.
That's true. You did pass out hentai to everyone day one.
Yet you still hold it.
Yeah, because, what are you gonna do?
Into the spank bank.
He's a historian.
Yeah, it's just history. Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Sure.
It's cultural erotica.
Swear to God, if I walk in on you doing. Dude, that leaflet.
There's a reason why it's called Mr. Blue Dick.
Why is that, TJ? Explain yourself.
Because he has a blue dick.
Oh, yeah.
What did you guys think?
I don't know.
What were you guys thinking?
He's the only one thinking that. I don't know.
Okay, so you guys arrive at the Barrel of Monkeys. You guys are outside, a couple feet from the door. You hear absolute bedlam going on in this fucking tavern. It is around 1 a.m. Absolute bedlam. As you approach, as someone is tossed out the window and shatters the glass.
Is it somebody that we know?
You look, it looks to just be a drunken sailor that appears to pass out in the mud.
Nice.
Varian.
I'll go in.
He tumbled all the way out there. He looks to be like completely passed out, but his mug is not spilled as he saved it while he was tumbling.
That's funny.
So he just goes in the mud. You guys walk in. The scene is quite a sight. Up on the table is Larna in the center of the room, singing and dancing, holding arms with Agatilla. But Larna's taller than Agatilla, so she's just lifting her up and pressing her up against her body, and Agatilla's just kind of swaying there limply. Looks like she's passed out drunk as Larna is singing. And in the arm that they have out, kind of like the tango arm, she has a drink that she just grabs Agatilla's hand in as well and just drinks and then keeps dancing. The rest of the tavern is going like yo ho, and singing a really cool let's throw on some tavern music. Singing some cool music as they're dancing about. Captain Avery is on the bar dancing a jig. Everyone's going wild. You don't you see, actually you do, you see Sibylla
Wait, Sibylla? Oh, Tilda was on the ship.
Tilda's on the ship. You see Sibylla here attempting to construct a ladder made out of stacked chairs up to the ceiling, from which a chandelier made out of like the port wheel or the wheel of a ship is made out of, that is spinning slightly, hanging upside down from it, hurt, passed out, drool dripping from the ceiling. So she's just spinning like a baby mobile on the wheel chandelier as Sybil is trying desperately to stack a ladder of chairs up to her to get her off the chandelier.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to help try to get Hurt off of the chandelier.
How much does Hurt weigh?
You said she was able to.
No, she weighs more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
can I just like dislodge her and catch her if she falls?
You want to like smack her out of the
Well,
chandelier?
not smack her,
Yeah,
but just like,
smack her.
move her foot or whatever is caught.
Sure. She's like hanging upside down from the knees, passed out to that thing. You know when you do it in jungle gyms and you hang upside down.
That's good. Can you help me catch her?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like it's a feat too because she's constantly moving, and Sybil's like, no. Wait till she comes back around. Hold up. Yes, you can like stop her a little bit so that it's easier for Sybil to grab her and pull her down.
Okay.
Sybil's gonna roll a bit of a dexterity saving throw here to see if the stack of chairs that she has impromptu build collapses from underneath her. Not good. She missteps and she begins to fall, hurt in hand, quickly turns around to coddle her, smashes into the table that Larna and Agatilla are dancing on, breaking it in twain. Larna, Agatilla, Hurt, and Sibylla all fall into a dog pile. You just see this mass of bodies that tumble into each other, and one arm sticking out of the mass of bodies straight up at a perpendicular angle, holding a mug full of beer unspilt that is Larna's arm.
Scoop says, "Hooray!"
The whole bar is like, hooray! The bedlam, absolute bedlam. Captain Avery's on the bar, still jigging to the music. Yes.
Does Avery still have octopus shit?
He does.
Really?
His limb, he still has another limb. I mean, because he did have two, and one of them subsided over a number of days and was gone. The other one, still there. It just looks less, what's the word for it? Piscine than it did before. It's a little bit more subtle, but it's still there. And you could definitely tell if it like you could see him across the room. Like, it looks like there's like a barnacle growing on like the shoulder, and like, there's got like a reef thing around them. It looks like a dope ass costume. They're like, hey, yes, I stole this sleeve from a mariner on the west side, that kind of thing. But it's real. And if he went to grab something in full view, you absolutely would be able to tell that he has like his pinky is a crab's leg, and the other fingers are kind of like coiled up tentacles with suction pads on them. But to all these drunk sailors here in this tavern, he just looks dope as fuck, and a dude who can dance the jig with one leg and one peg leg. And one arm on the bar, and so he's killing.
Well, should we collect the passed out folks and head on back to the ship?
Sure. Let's do that. Of course, I got hurt.
I'll take Agatilla.
You throw Hurt over your shoulder. Sibylla is like, right, I really did. They're quite the handful.
Yeah, we understand.
Laura's like, what do you mean? We're still dying. We're still drinking. Come on.
Stay and drink. We'll take the passed out people.
This is funny. We have a good time. Come on, Tammy. And she scritches under her chin. Let's have a drink together.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, now we're collecting Lorna too.
You have standards.
Ever since we both always drown, I think the spark is kind of left.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, we were kind of dating. Let's go adventure together. Go like a couple weeks into the adventure. I think the spark's gone, but we're stuck with you.
Well, that's like
Okay, so y'all collect your respective comrades. Captain Avery eventually gets off the bar and he's like, I have to go. Me ship is calling, and the waves they be a singing. And they're like, oh no, don't go. All the sailors in the tavern goers are like, no, don't go. Like, hey, you've been a wonderful audience, but it is like I said, the siren's call is summoning me. And they're like, yeah, I get it, I understand, totally get it. But there was like sad jeers, and on the way out, with his one new hand, he just grabbed somebody's mug that's being held aloft to cheers him, and just walks out the door with it. Nobody seems to care too much. Everybody is drunk and or passed out. Sibylla appears to be just a little tipsy. She was more just like drinking socially, just to, not feel left out. And she looks ragged, like she's aged a year in the span of a single night. It's like quite the handful. I did my best. Thank you for paying us. This isn't what's going to be expected of me moving forward, is it? Okay, because that was hellish.
But it was fun.
It was fun, also hellish.
Fair enough.
Isn't that everything we do, though?
Now that you mention it, yes, most of the time. Fun yet hellish. Okay, I'm ready for bed. You guys eventually make your way back to the ship. You see Nakano, even though it's dark, Nakano, because you have dark vision, you don't care.
Yeah.
But Pebbles does not.
Oh.
So Pebbles is like trying to like look. Okay. And you're not slowing down, you're not stopping, no nothing. You're just keeping going on, and Pebbles is like, oh, I can't see how to write, and you just like, and this rope over here, oh, hold on, but I can't see, and then don't forget this rope over here. You're not even paying attention to his, to his, like, he's like trying to stop you, be like, I can't see, and you're just like, too bad.
Yeah.
You do wrap up eventually. Seems a little overwhelmed. You see him every once in a while. He moves his shoulder where you punched him and rubs it a little bit before he licks his pen and tries to keep writing. Anything else you guys would like to do before you bed down for the evening?
Yeah, I go to the crow's nest and pray.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just trying to stay away from everyone.
Okay. What do you
I
want?
pray
Go ahead.
to what the pull. Are we hunting old gods? With the information we found today.
Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Oh, man. 15.
You feel the chilly autumn air blow up against your face. Unwavering as you're near the coast, you feel colder and colder. Nothing seems to change as the waves continue to lap the sides of the ship. The feeling that you're getting here is that prayers are given to gods often. Question can be asked of gods and deities and deific idols and people and symbols. Very seldom they actually respond, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
It requires sometimes the extra work, spellcraft, a purpose that really, really entices them, a very strong individual prayer, one that is favored by them specifically. But on this, your deity is silent.
I'll try again tomorrow, but with a pearl.
Okay, are you going to sleep up there, or are you going to go down to the hold?
I'll just stay up there. Not too
Okay,
cold.
it's cold.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's like
It's late autumn.
Yeah. I'll bunk down with everyone else.
Okay, eventually you all settle down.
There's one thing I did want to do.
Sure.
I'm just kind of like jotting down some things for the Zushi to maybe talk to Henton about tomorrow during the performance.
Okay. Did you talk to them about where you'll be performing this performance and like give them invites and try to persuade them to come?
We announced it right before the explosion. We did everything.
They just may or may not show up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like to do?
So like for the first night, keep it fairly platonic. So I have like compliment Henton on her initiative and competence during the incident. Express your appreciation and trust that you have. Say things like, "I'm fortunate to have someone like you in my court." Stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I see. You're making a Cyrano de Bergerac manual.
Correct.
Got it. Great. Sounds good. And you plan on, like, once you've gathered information on these people, giving him about, like, here's a rubric of how to get a girlfriend to him, kind of, or whatever. Okay.
So
cool.
this is just for tomorrow, and then maybe next, if depending on how it goes tonight, maybe the next night can be get a little bit more personal and a little bit more flirty.
Cool. And so you want to, like, kind of like pass this off to him stealthily at some point so that he
Tomorrow.
can talk to her during the performance?
Correct.
I understand. Okay. Did you extend an invite to the Zushi to come to the
We
performance?
invited everybody there.
Okay.
I just assumed
Right.
he
I was
would
just
be there.
I just wanted to make be clear for my sake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You do so. Then you bed down. Anything else before you guys want to go ahead?
Scoop, I know that those geese were quite harrowing, but do you have any magic left to send a message to anybody or no?
I don't.
Okay.
I feel quite drained right now.
Yeah, I totally understand.
But if you need healing, I can get you that.
Oh, I think I'll be okay with hopefully, when we sleep. But if I can make a request, if tomorrow we still have some.
Yes, you still
juice
have my
left-
word. Yes. I'm
okay,
still...
thank you. I'm just
But your
worried.
mother, right?
Yeah, my father's. I'm just worried about them. I fear that based on what Olmad said, that they may be hunted. They weren't always the most religious, but they weren't also the most outspoken either. But I want to make sure that the zombies at least didn't get to them. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay.
All right. And with that, you guys rest.
Finally.
For the first time in a very long time, you are unassailed by nightmares. You all receive a long rest. No constitution or wisdom saving throw necessary. It has been over a week since you had this restful of sleep.
Oh, Angela.
Yeah, breathing right into the mic.
Well, I'm yawning because we're going to bed, so.
Oh, Gary,
Great.
So exciting.
And with that, I believe we're going to take a short break, and we'll see the rest of you in a bit. Be back in a bit.